The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, Enrica and Falco had the race of their lives. Enrica with the win. She is now 2 points out of the Drivers' Championship. Falco got himself 5 points that last race. As far as team goes, we're within shouting distance of Hammer going for that championship this year. I still don't think it's doable, but with a couple of good races under our belt, who knows? We are working on designing parts. Now, we were improving the condition of the car after the last race. We don't have any sponsors coming up for 3 more races, and then we get slot 2 and slot 1 open. But I think no time like the present to continue to build. We can build great engines, and I think we want to do that. Let me take a look at my car here and see what kind of engine we know. We know good, so we might as well go for a great engine. That way we've got a good and a great engine in the works. And this will be like our last really big purchase, and the rest of the parts can be built kind of on the cheap, but the engine is what we want to go for. We don't want any risk. Then we got the 15 to max top speed plus 20 for $979. There's 984, and there is 1014 if we don't go to the great level. Minus 20 to max, top speed plus 40. Top speed plus 40 reliability goes down during the race. That's kind of crap if I'm honest. Why would we get a plus 20? A 984 to a 1004? When we can get up to a 1014 with a good engine that doesn't break the rules. Top speed plus 40, reliability minus 10 during the race. That's going to hurt our part shaving. I think I want to do that and make a 1014 engine. So let's go ahead and do that. $1.25 million. That'll be our last engine build of the year, I think. All right, car repair is done. Let's work on improving these parts here. We do have email. All right, parts are done. So let's work on improving. Let's start from scratch, wipe out the board clean. And let's see, we want to work on this engine for sure. That's going to be a good engine. We also want to work on the 944 engine. Then we can top off some of these parts here, the 76 and the 76, to sort of get them up to 80. As far as performance goes, let's work on our engine performance a bit. The brakes on that one and the spoiler on that one. And we want to focus solely on repair, for sure. We can try to get this engine serviceable. It's got... You know, Enrica with the 64 is kind of going to hurt until we can get this engine service, but, you know, the lowered red zone is really going to help put that in service much quicker. But let's work on getting that repaired. The GT Challenger Series is in Dubai. Let's see, could you review our pit crew? Yeah, I know, but I don't want to go messing with all that crap. I trust my pit coach, even though I probably shouldn't. Oh, that's a name. Patricia Kaluza. Good on ya. From Scanscrum GT. Let's continue on. Financial management. Oh, you're looking a little grim. Whoop, 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 whoop. Got it. I know. I know. Do you want a winning car or not? That is the question. All right, so we're heading to Sydney. I think we can get 9th or above. Heavy rain in practice. That's not going to help us sort out our tire situation for the race. We can get race trim done. But as far as tire knowledge, it may be pretty good to get on the wets if we're going to be primarily on heavy rain for both practice and the race. That may actually work out in our favor. Let's see what our parts are looking like here. All right, so Falco's got the number 1 there. A 45, I'm not comfortable in putting the 45% in the car just yet. We're working on repairing that. Perhaps next race we can. But I don't think Falco will have to worry about his engine. And then everything else looks good and satisfactory. All right, so we are off to Sydney, Australia. I will see you after qualifying. Qualifying is done here at Sydney, ladies and gentlemen, and Enrica is on the pole with Falco running fourth, just beaten out in the last few seconds of qualifying. We were 1 and 2. We did manage to get the race trim level 3, but could only get up to level 2 soft tires because indeed it did rain pretty hard in the last little bit of practice. Now, as far as the race is concerned, we're clear through lap 6, and they called for heavy rain, so I'm going to be keeping an eye out very closely on this weather situation. We've got our drivers pushing kind of hard at the start, and then I'll probably scale Falco back a bit and let Enrica push since she's sort of the lead. That's kind of how we won the last race, so why not mess with a good thing and just keep on going. 22 wonderful laps with 9 laps in the tank, so, you know, we can go to 18 on 2 pit stops here. Enrica bottlenecks the field up just a bit, but here she comes leading the way. And the purple cars, Bergman and Cruz, of course, they are going to be very tough. And there goes one off into the dirt. That's what I like to see. In real life, that would have taken us all out. I'm glad it didn't, but to see Enrica in second, Falco in fourth is pretty good in this stage of the game. It just sucks that we're so close that we can't pit on the same lap, so one of these drivers is going to have to go way further on their tires than the other. Now, it might come into play where rain will become a factor, and then we have to worry about getting them pitted and on the correct tires. But as of now, just past lap 6, we are in the green, and if we can get to lap 9, we'll be within our fuel window. I think the tires will not last as long. And since Falco is starting to drop back a bit, I will start going to neutral on him. See if we can keep him out one extra lap. We wanted Enrica to stay with the leader and do as the leader does since she's running so well. If Falco's going to continue to lose spots, we need to do something different. So starting lap 3, looking good. Enrica's still holding strong in second. Falco's still holding strong in fifth as far as that's concerned. The rest of these drivers around us are on very similar super softs, 25% wear. Ibarra chewed through his, though, running in 6th. So right behind Falco are some pretty damaged tires. The rest of us are pretty heads up as far as the racing is concerned. Then we have those soft tire strategies in play. They can go a little bit further than us, but, I mean, to be honest, their soft tires might not make it as long as our super softs. It just depends on how hard they push them. I'm going to scale Enrica back just a bit. She's 3% to the good. We're maintaining a gap here in front of third, so there's no reason to boil these tires off of the car. And still looking for that rain, which is not coming. Interesting indeed. So we'll be okay with fuel. We won't have as much to fill up, and Falco is starting to lose some positions. Once he starts dropping out of the points, we can start doing some different strategy with Falco. Enrica, we really have to play close to the vest and do as the leader does. Just sort of stay on this race pace because we are fast enough to maintain second for sure. That's pretty comforting considering how we're building some good engines. I think the engines were our worst part in the garage. If we can get on at least an even keel with those purple cars as far as engine goes, the drivers may make up the difference. So Ibarra is chewing through their tires very quickly. 17 laps to go and 6 and 6 in the tank, 45 and 48. So it really comes down to who are we going to push and pit first, because rain is not coming. Not at this point. So for the time being, I'll push Falco, see if he can improve his positions just a bit, close up the gap to the leader as much as he can and pit him first, and then Enrica will pit the lap after that. So I'll have Falco chew through his tires, and Rika can stay out just a bit more. So 16 to go, 5 in the tank. We're not going to run out of fuel. And rain is still not coming past lap 11. So, you know, we're halfway through this run and nothing is coming of it. I like that Falco is, you know, right on our bumper. And if he can make the pass and get up close, that would be really ideal. I think we'll pit him next time by for Falco, and then we'll go one more lap and pit Enrica. There goes Falco looking to the inside. A bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. 27, 26%. Go ahead and pit next time for your soft tires, Falco. Fuel you up. 10 seconds on the pit stop. Parts are looking good. We just need Enrica to go one more lap. I know the tire wear isn't helping, Enrica, but you have to take care of your stuff just a bit. Falco is driving possessed here. It kind of sucks we have to hang Enrica out for another lap. She can't go as fast. So Falco will be pitting with the leaders here. I think for the time being, we'll just go down to a push so he can make it. And then Enrica is going to have to go around one more time. One more time, Enrica. Go ahead and pit for your soft tires. Fill up an 11-second pit stop because she went one lap further into the run. And it's just up to Enrica to pace the field a bit. There are some others who are on our strategy. So Falco down and away. He's pushing in 10th, and he is the first car on brand new tires. So I think he got off of pit road first. Very interesting that the other people in his group chose to take the super softs. Interesting indeed. All right, we'll go ahead and push Enrica a bit. 2-second gap there. 11 would probably put us in 7th or so. Second is pitting this time, just like us. Enrica will come down pit road this time. Hopefully a nice smooth stop for Enrica. Jack is up, tires are on. And fuel is in. We beat the car off of pit road, and there is Falco right on the back bumper of Enrica in 5th and 6th. So not bad. I'll let the team cars battle it out. You know, this is a racer's race. We're going to let them race. Floridi and Naito still have to pit. So we're basically running third. Cruz decided to pit for super softs. I think we'll be able to go much further into the run. Enrica is really knocking off the bumper of Ibarra, slowing everybody up. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. Doesn't matter to us. Trinaworth. Enrica really needs to get by Ibarra. There she goes, under Ibarra. Nope, she set herself up poorly for that hairpin. Falco looking to the inside. We've actually lost a spot battling that second place car. Looks like Enrica can follow Partanen through. Maybe. I mean, we've got her on push, but she's not. Overtake, Enrica. That's probably bad news bears considering her engine, but we cannot afford to hang behind this guy. There we go. Get by him. Now, hopefully, Falco can do the same thing. I think Enrica can pull away here. We'll put Falco on overtake mode just so he can get around Ibarra here. Look to the inside, Falco. You're giving up spots, and I don't want to burn up your engine. What is Falco going to do here? Crap, rain is coming. All right, burn your tires. Go, go, go. We're going to attack heavy. And we need one of them to pit in 2 laps time, I believe. And we may go straight for wets. If we can go one more lap into the deal. Oh, sorry, Falco. Didn't mean to keep your engine on high there. If we can go one more lap into the deal, we can get into wet territory. It's kind of on that cusp of what's faster, wets or intermediates. No, we're not going to change up the strategy. All right, rain is starting to hit. For Falco, I think we can sort of be ambitious and we'll pit Falco for intermediates. If it doesn't get any wetter than that, he should be okay. Are we within our fuel window? 8 laps to go after the pit stop. This is one of those head-scratching moments where is it going to get wetter? I actually think it is. So this is probably going to be a travesty, but I'll pit Falco for wets. He may be hung out to dry, but we're within sort of our pit window next. And then Enrica will go around one more time and pit for wets again. Everyone else is on enters. We're going to ignore and then pit you for brand new wets. I mean, it is going to get really soaked really quick. All right, so Falco is in. Enrica's pushing everything she's got on the softs. And Falco mistake fueling right at the cusp. 4-second mistake. He'll come out in 6th, and he should be okay as the track really starts to dampen up. But that is just a shame for sure for Falco. No, you don't need a pit for intermediates. You don't see the rain that I see. So everyone else is going to be running hard on intermediates. I'm counting on this thing to get really, really wet. All right, Enrica on pit road. 7 laps to go. Fueled up, down and away. Now, if Enrica can take care of her tires and run this to the end, the track is really going to start getting soaked, and they won't have to push to make up any spots. No, you don't want to come in for enters. See, we're losing all of this time now, but it's going to come back as soon as this track starts getting even wetter. We'll have about 6 laps or so. Something about the gear shifts. Well, hang in there, Enrica. The car is going to come to you. 18 seconds back. If they pit for wets, we can stay out. We're not abusing our wets. And I mean, this track is going to get wet. And by the end of the race, it is going to be undrivable for these guys if they stay out on intermediates. I do think we made the right call here. We could probably push the tires just a little bit more on these closing laps, because I don't think the tire wear is going to be that high. Now, Enrica's 22 seconds back. If she can close up that gap just a bit before they pit, all the better. And if they stay out on enters, they're going to be sitting ducks here, I believe. Can we do a hard push? An attack here? I believe we can. So Enrica should really start closing this gap up. We're within our sponsor objective, and that's all well and good, but I really think we can make some moves here. Falco in 16th, making some moves. Unfortunately, he pitted 1 lap sooner than he needed to. I know your parts are looking rough, Enrica, but I need you to stick with it. We've only got a few laps to go, and you've got the tires to do it. Yeah, these cars are really going to start backing up to her. Maybe with Enrica, what I should have done was stayed out on intermediates. That way, I would have been in the middle of everyone with intermediates. I may have thought that the track was going to get wetter than it did. Unfortunately, she can make up a couple spots, I believe, in these 3 laps. I hope, anyway. Especially with the track as wet as it has been. Enrica really needs to get in there. Does she have the condition to push? Not really. So she needs to make it up on tires rather than car performance. 10th place, Dreyfus is looking a bit shoddy. There goes Enrica really making a push now. You need to get around him, Enrica. There's a good boost. There's a good boost. A twofer. So running in 7th. looking for more. 2 laps to go, and the track is absolutely soaked. These guys on intermediates is really going to start coming back to her. Nope. There's 2 laps to go, Enrique. You can handle it. Dreyfuss retired. I know you've got instability, Falco. We're trying to repair everything we got. So if Enrique can hold her car together for 1.5 more laps, the track will be absolutely soaked this last lap. She should make the pass for 6th easily, and maybe even more. Go, Enrique. Go, Enrique. That's what I'm talking about. There's 6th. Final lap. 5th is just right in front of her with shoddy parts, just like her. She may be able to even squeeze a 4th out of this. Maybe a 3rd, depending on how well she gets through these hairpins. Yeah, I mean, on these wet tires, she's going to just go right around them. She's running in 4th. Go high. Push up a bit. Can she snag a 3rd? Go, Enrique, go. Get that 3rd place. Power move to the inside. There she goes. Nice. Enrique with a 3rd place in the points. Outstanding. Falco ended up coming in 10th. I mean, not bad. I should have put Falco on the intermediates rather than the wets. I thought it was going to get a whole lot wetter sooner. But not bad. Enrique was far enough ahead that the difference in intermediates came back to her. And I'm glad her car survived. She's barely squeaking by. I think next time I should focus on repairing Enrique's parts up. Although we are working on those engines as well. It'd be nice to keep those in line. Of course, we didn't break any rules. Booyah. Fastest lap bonus went to Jans, of course. Hammer AMR, they are going to be tough to beat for sure. But 6 points for us. Enrique with a podium, now 6 points behind Lissandro. 1 point ahead of Partinen. So a really close battle as far as drivers go, and we're 2nd still in the championship standings as far as team goes. So not a bad race for us. The rain threw us a loop. If I put Falco in intermediates, that would have been the hindsight call that I would make. He would have at least stayed amongst the group of his other racers, and he might have been able to make some more passes rather than really drop back on the wets when the track wasn't absolutely soaked. But what can you do? We came in 3rd. We met the chairman's happiness. Driver morale is outstanding. Falco lost some skill, unfortunately, but Enrique's still gaining. She's turning into a really solid driver. Really solid indeed. There's the 2 million down. We're at 11. We have enough to swing the next couple races, and hopefully those next sponsors in a couple rounds really do well for us here. Let's go ahead and answer the mails here. I'd love to have Cruz. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of on par with Enrique as far as that's concerned. Dramatic Race in Sydney with a Hammer AMR win. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of Motorsport Manager, ladies and gentlemen. The next race is Munich, Germany. Very low tire wear, very low fuel burn. So they're giving us soft tires. So we're going to be both practicing on the softs. I'll try not to qualify on the softs. I'll try to qualify on mediums, and then we'll soft it up for the race. And then we will see how our parts are going to do. We got 3 days before the next engine, and by then parts should be ready to repair. That's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Motorsport Manager video. Take care.